Happy day 11. It's Wednesday. I don't know if you panicked today because Facebook was out and I did. My Facebook wasn't working. And so I'm behind on recording this video for you. But today we're just going to go a little bit deeper on the messages. We've been doing a great job of creating content, creating conversations. What the heck do we do with them after they respond? So we've talked about the CTA delay, but this is more for, and I'm going to share my boards. This is more for what if you're looking at those opportunity messages, where do those live? How can you get better help with that? So I'm going to go through that a little bit. So on the boards app that I give to everyone, I'm just going to go to the beginning. You would, if you don't have the link, comment on the video and I'll get you the link for that. But this is what you would originally see. So you click into here and there is other places in here that you can go. There's all of the Telegram groups are in here, all of the executive director contacts, all of that stuff is in here. Your startup guide with your success tracker if you haven't done that yet. Here is Darren's board with all of his resources. There is startup videos in there, training videos, trainer videos in there. There's a ton of stuff in there. But for today, we're going to talk about where do you find those scripts and which ones do you use. So you would click into please review other resources. And then if you haven't been in here, there's a lot of great stuff. Here's our vault of all of our additional training resources, spreadsheets, things like that. But we're going to go into social media marketing. Here's some other stuff that I've made up for you, software tools that I use, different social media videos that I've made. You can click in here. It'll show you how to do different things. But for today, again, we're going to talk about scripts. Okay. So in here, we have Facebook group replies. You click in here and I have a bunch of the scripts that I've used over and over and over. So this is where when I was showing you a couple days ago, if you see someone looking for part-time income, if you see someone saying that life is expensive, if you see someone saying, let's say, for example, is Primerica a scam? That comes up a lot, or is WFG a scam? I use those as opportunities to share from the heart, but also I'm commenting on that not only for the poster, but so that other agents might be able to see, hey, there's a different way of doing this out there. So maybe it's a Primerica agent. So I'm going to be super respectful, but I'm doing it for a couple of reasons. There's always a psychology to what I'm doing. People at Primerica, people at WFG, they just don't know what else is out there. And so they've been recruited to a business they feel super passionate about. They just unfortunately don't know that they aren't being told the whole truth, that they aren't being paid properly, that they don't have ownership and things like that, which we know they don't. And so it's an opportunity for us to share in a positive way and maybe plant that seed of someone questioning, right? You know, I came from a different company before. I didn't know. I believed when they said that I had ownership, I believed I did, and I didn't realize the difference. And so we want to be positive. We never, ever want to bash someone because we know that people are primarily, I believe, good people and they're trying to do good things for people. But if I see someone say, hey, my friend is trying to recruit me to Primerica, or my friend's trying to recruit me to WFG, what do you guys think about it? Or a Primerica agent or a WFG agent is trying to sell me something. Is it a scam? This is what I say. So I say it's not at all a scam. For the client, many people don't agree with the business model. But I respect what Primerica did. Primerica revolutionized the industry in the 70s. When they came out, they did really create an environment where we have term insurance. Without them, term insurance probably wouldn't be what it is today. Now, unfortunately, they became a dinosaur, just like WFG. They didn't evolve with the times. They pay their agents really low. And, you know, Primerica insurance is some of the most expensive term insurance that's out there. And those good people that have been recruited to those industries, they just don't know the difference usually. And so we want to be really respectful. This might be a seed that we can plant, not only for that person that's asking the question, but also for those other agents to start helping them to see that maybe there's a different way of doing things. Maybe there's a better way of doing things. They can still help people. They can still do the great work that they're doing, but now they can, you know, get paid 2-3 times more. They can have access to much higher quality products, much more value for their clients. So I have that saved in there. And again, I'm just looking for opportunities. People often ask about fees, and I have this message saved in there. Hey, the idea being hawked out there to sell books, that's a little bit more controversial, but I do believe it. I feel like when someone is selling their business just on fees, it's because they don't have a lot of other value to talk about. Fees are not a bad thing. To me, it's the value of the fee. There's a reason why people buy a Corolla or they buy a BMW. I want, to drive a vehicle that has some bells and whistles. I like staying in a Fairmont resort. I like the service. Is it very expensive? Yep. But that doesn't mean that that's what we are. But I just saying that the value for the fee has to be there. And so when I open up someone's investment and I see that they're getting a 2% return and a 2% fee, that's a problem. They're getting no value for the fee that they're paying. But when I connect my clients to great funds that have an average return of 8, 10, 14% return, and they're paying a 2.5% fee, now they're getting an incredible value. Plus they get all of our other, advice. I teach them how to save money overall. I teach them how to get better position. I teach them how to get out of debt. I teach them how to save their estate from taxation. All of that is what they get as a value add for doing business with me. So I have this just saved in here so that if I see someone asking about fees on social media, I have an answer ready to go. So that's in Boards there for you. If you get a new follower, this is what you could say. You could just message them and say, hey, obviously you're going to change the name to their name. Just stopping by to say thank you for following. It's just a nice way to connect with them, right? Something I do is I go on and I have a list of small business days. So groups that I'm in, usually they have a day when you are allowed to self-promote. And so I have a list saved in my notes of which groups on which days. And then I have a little message saved of what I say. And so you, for your homework today, you're going to go in and you can create and save some different messages based off of what I have. You can obviously use mine and just change it. Again, when you're using this on your phone, it's going to be a keyboard shortcut. So you click it, it's going to pop up, and then it's easy for you to adapt it. But I want you to do for your homework today is, do you have a Milkshake little website, or do you have a Linktree? Another place that you can do it that makes really nice ones is Sandstore. But I have a Milkshake one. It's just where I first made it, and then I haven't changed it yet. You can also make one in Boards, actually. So Boards, you can create these little web pages in Boards. So I actually have, I'll show you mine. So in my Milkshake, I have these little websites built out in Boards. And then I have those linked into my Milkshake website. So I'm going to see if I can pop over to Milkshake and pull my link up for you. Milkshake. I might be able to pull it up on my phone easier. So hang tight for a minute. But before I show you how to do that, I'm just going to go back to those messages one more time. There is also your message too. Okay. So if you're looking here, these are all my boards. I have so many boards. I save so many things in Boards. It's amazing. Like I have resources saved from CRA, from different places that I'm constantly sharing with clients. I have this all saved in Boards. So if you don't have Boards, this is why I think it's worth paying the $65 a year, is because it's so much more than a notebook. It's like my everything. I have everything saved in here. But anyways, you go back into the main board that I shared with you, go into resources. You're going to go into social media. You're going to go into what to say, and then Facebook. And then second messages are down here as well. So when someone raises their hand, I've done the CTA delay with them. I'm going to actually then push them into either a webinar or into a one-on-one. What I push them into depends on what it is. A lot of times I'll do the one-on-one. Right now in those messages, when I say those first messages in groups, I actually include my Calendly link right in there. So like, let's say someone's trying to buy a house. This is the message I ask. And instead of saying DM if you want to chat, depending on the group that I'm in, Lately, I've just been adding my Calendly link for them to book just directly with me. It's just faster. And I find a lot of people read that message, and instead of messaging me, they'll just book an appointment. It depends on the group that you're in, if you're allowed to add external links or not. So that's kind of the hard part. Sometimes they don't want you adding external links, and you'll get kind of slapped on the hand by the admin or maybe even kicked out. So you can say DM if you want to chat, or me right now. I'm busy. So I'm like, I'm just going to put my link right now, shoot my shot. Okay. So now they've messaged you. What the heck do you do next? You're doing a CTA delay maybe because they raised their hand on a video. This message too is for that. So this is your final message after you've done the CTA delay. I'm going to say either, hey, I'm going to connect you to a webinar, or I'm going to connect to a one-on-one. Or if it's a business prospect, I always have them watch the video before. I use the I Decide video. I think it's wonderful. It's interactive. They can choose what they're watching. But again, you have the other videos saved that I showed you. And so you could just say, I say, hey, the next first step is for you to connect to our video and then connect soon after to talk deeper on compensation, ownership, and training. If you want to do that, would you able to watch by XX? And I usually put a day that's about 2 days later. And then I say, and then we meet after that if you like, or I'll move them right into an appointment and then we meet Tuesday afternoon. Okay. Then I'm sending them in my video. So hopefully that makes sense. And I have been actually sharing these videos on YouTube just as a free resource for anyone in the insurance business if they want to learn how to market their business. So if you're watching, you're not going to have access to all of this, but hey, I'm always welcome to have a conversation with you. But I want you to learn what I learned because, hey, there's a lot of people out there that need help, and it doesn't have to be just for our team, but I'm happy to help if I can. So hopefully that makes sense. Okay. Message number ones are in there. Message number twos are in there. You're using message number 2 a lot after the CTA that we went through, the CTA delay exercise that we went through before. Okay. So now we're going to go and your homework. Okay. So if you haven't created a link, a mini website, you can do it in Linktree. You can do it in Stan Store. You can do it in Milkshake, which is what I have mine in. I think actually some of the other ones look a little bit better than Milkshake, and or I've seen some other people's that are nicer than mine. So I'm going to preempt it with that. I will actually want to redo mine. I just haven't got around to doing that yet. So I'm going to pull that up and share with you guys. Doo-doo-doo. So I'd love to see all of your links, which you haven't done, how beautiful they're going to be. I'd love to see them. So please post your links in the comments so I can check on them and see what you're up to and see how beautiful they look. Okay. So Milkshake is a free app that you can build a little mini website in. And you can create it to look different ways. So if someone goes on mine and then you have this little, see up here, you have this little like shareable link then that you can just like embed in different things. You can embed it on your Facebook, you can embed it on your LinkedIn, things like that. And then I have different kind of little things in here. So people, this first page, if someone goes on there like a website, they would be able to see it. I'll show you here. So they can see kind of a little bit about me, they can swipe to the next place, they can book a consultation, they can swipe to the next, they can actually do an agency interview with us, disability tax credit help, which is something that I help a lot. And then I have links to my YouTube right in there. So you can create one of those. You can put different, things in there that you think are important to people based on your business. I actually have a link in here right to our Neo referral link. I have a link in here so that they can, refer people to me. I have all kinds of different things in here for people relative to what I do and how I market. So you can just have, just an opening page with kind of telling about yourself and then maybe a booking link, whatever you feel like you should have. But it's a nice little way if people say, do you have a website? Now you do, and it was free. So hopefully that was helpful. That's your homework for today. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with, and I hope you have a wonderful day.